Hello, people. How are we all doing? We are still hyped from yesterday. The Reds won 2-1. Down to 10 men for 60 minutes. It doesn't matter when you've got Darwin, Núñez. 2 goals to save the day, to win the game. Brilliant stuff. Honestly, one of the best. When that second goal went in, the celebrations, some of the best that have happened under Klopp, honestly. Because you knew how hard fought that was. You knew what that meant for us in terms of getting that win over the line. But first things first, if you're new here, you're not already, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more content. This isn't going to be a very long one. It's a bit of a shock to tonight one, but I am trying to do content today and tomorrow, and I've been out all day, so let's just get into this for about 20-30 minutes. First though, big ups to everyone in the comments. Big up you, Raj. We're a DM and sent it back away from the title challenge. Núñez just needed confidence, and he's got it. He needs to start versus Villa. Klopp has the mentality, and these are the best wins to have. It shows that the team has passion and desire. That it does. Big ups yourself, Tucker. Big ups yourself, Anfield lad. I've seen this about Joe Gomez. Yeah, I've seen it. So Al Ittihad, the bastards, they now want Joe Gomez. Isn't it ironic? Let me just put on my conspiracy theory hat for a minute. So we all know Newcastle are state-owned. The Saudi government's, as I say, with the ownership of Newcastle. And in the build-up to the game, it was all this stuff about, the Saudis are coming in for their best player. The Saudis are coming in for their best player, yeah. Then the game happens. Salah plays. Salah gets the winning assist. But Joe Gomez has an absolute stormer. Joe Gomez has a stormer. And now, Joe Gomez is wanted. I reckon they just get their transfer target from watching whoever plays Newcastle, you know. That's the answer. Big up yourself. The two players to change the game were Elliot and Jota, but Darwin was the main star. I can hear that. At least I want all our players by the time of the window. We probably won't have a squad. I do not think we sell Gomez, especially this late in the window, and we still need a DM and a centre back. I'll stream that. I can feel fingers crossed, Tucker. Big ups my guy Panaskaus. Núñez. El Tizzy had needs to do one. When's the next Football Manager thing going up? Tomorrow or Wednesday. Spot on, Tom. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Big up Steve. Big ups Ryan. Do not let one game blind you. You may have one good game of season 15. No, I know it's not. I'm not now. Joe Gomez is the best thing ever, but I can appreciate when he has a good game. And yesterday he was very, very good. And his performance is probably one of the key reasons why we didn't end up losing that game, because he gave us some much needed stability at the back, because I don't think Matip was really given that. Tom is drunk than pre-season trend. Tom is hungover. Tom's voice is gone. Tom has a headache. Tom wants to sleep. But Tom's got to get some content out for you people, because you support him. Joe Gomez was exceptional yesterday, but still, if Alyssa had come in and sell him instantly. Again, I think the big thing with the recent Saudi interest in our players, it's the fact that it's so late in the window that's doing us in. It's the fact that it's now, when there's 4 days to go, that we're not doing it. That's all I can think of. The fact that it's so late in the window, because I believe we would have been willing to let Gomez and Matip go, but there's not enough time to get them out and get replacements in. There just isn't. If I was a Liverpool fan, I would have celebrated all day yesterday. Good win, but still need to improve, not get carried away. But this will do Liverpool good, and 7 points from 9. Solid starts of the season. You're always taking, whether people, obviously we know Chelsea a little bit different now, but what was it? Can you tell how rattled I am? I'm so hungover, it's awful. If you'd have told me at the start of the season that we're going to go Stamford Bridge and we'll get a draw, I'm biting your hand off for it. Because Stamford Bridge is always a shit place to go. Rennes are targeting John Matic to bolster their defensive option should Arthur Theat leaves before the transfer window shuts. Get a swap deal done then, because we want that Arthur Theat apparently. You don't lose a spot. That maybe that's something the club should work on. Can you tell my voice is fucked, by the way? Honestly, got a lad, like, you know how you said earlier, you should have been partying all day. I was partying all night last night, you know. I was partying all fucking night. My voice is shot. What's this? Endo getting a bit of stick. The pressing 1-4 game with. It wasn't even a full game. He's done 60 minutes. So Endo was done about 90 minutes at this point, and 60 of those minutes were with 10 men. Not much you can use as a benchmark there, unless you just want to play the rest of the season with 10 men. I watched football test. Good to see you. Okay, been a long time. You said we should get a red card in every game because we seem to do better, but that won't happen. But as long as Liverpool stay focused, that was a bit of a joke because I didn't agree with what fucking Mo was saying. How about Quanta going into that atmosphere outstanding? Jarrell Quanta, I know when I said it, it annoyed a lot of people because it was like, oh, you're back in FSG. No, Jarrell Quanta is a fantastic defender. And I think he's good enough to have a position in the squad at least for the first 6 months of the season. Giving him the opportunity to play in the Europa League at a level which he won't be playing at yet, you know, that's going to do his development a lot of good. And you've got to sort of consider all these things. You've got to consider all these things. Let's sell Gomez and buy Hinch Cafe. And by the way, apparently we called that down interest in a DM. Shambolic decision. If you ask me, it'll cost us during the season big time. I read that today. It's like we still want a midfielder, but it's a multifunctional one. It's not really new. It's not really new because none of the midfielders we're looking at are necessarily out and out DMs. Just because they're multifunctional doesn't mean they won't play there. That's the thing. You can buy a player in one day, sell Gomez, and get replacements in. Again, you're going to sell Gomez. The Saudis actually don't need to rush their deal because their window goes on for longer, so you're in limbo with it. Tom, get your head down. I will do after this. See what Warnock said. I actually watched it live earlier today, and it doesn't make sense. I will keep. I know there's a core on Twitter who believe that it is a conspiracy theory. But the matter of fact is, all FSG have done is show their cards and go against everything they normally stand for. Why would you want the world to know you've got £110 million? Like, we're not playing broke. I know they like to use the call, oh, we're just going back to pretending we're broke. We're not pretending we're broke. We just don't want to buy the players at the prices that they're asking. Give it another couple of days and that may change. Darwin Núñez, right? Yeah, right. You know, I'll let you off. I won't cook you today. I watched a Sam watch along was amazing with the winner, and will we see any more good games like this? Fingers crossed, we'll see more good games across the season. Endo isn't good enough to be a regular starter at all. He's built like a matchstick. I think it's a little bit harsh. I think we need to see more of him. You know, St. James Park is a horrible place to go. It's a horrible place to go. Atmosphere was up for them all day. I think Endo done a lot of things right, and I think as the game wore on, he started to tire a little bit. But I'm not writing him off after one game at St. James's Park. Like, I think that's crazy. I can tell by a mile you're hungover. I know it's a. I got through that Tedder stream earlier. It's all hit me now. I'm so ready for bed. 7 out of 9 points, brilliant start considering the games we had in the first 3. Shout out Gerald Conter as well. Came on his first team debut in such a difficult situation. Wasn't phased at all. I told you, Gerald Conter is fantastic. He's a wonderful, wonderful footballer. Does yesterday change your opinion about us challenging? No, not really. The only thing that's changed is I went, if you keep Salah, you've got a chance of winning the league. But I'm not now saying, oh, we're going to challenge City. We're going to do no, not one game doesn't really change it. I like what I saw, and I think it could prove me wrong. But no, I still have the same thoughts and feelings. If Mourinho manages Núñez, he'll be ridiculous. Just imagine the counter-attacks. Núñez is boss. I love Núñez. It's strange because Warnock has been on LFC TV. I know he does some of them things. Look, I've never raised Stephen Warnock's opinion in the nicest possible way. Oh my god, my fucking head. Sam, So, what was I going to say? I'm just going to rattle through a bunch of players who I thought had good games. Alisson Becker shagged me. That was superb from him. The best save I've seen him making a Liverpool shirt for that Almiron volley. Probably his best performance for the football club in terms of everything he'd done. Not his best, but one of his best. Sorry, in terms of made the most saves he's ever had to make. He was just so good. That's why he's the best in the world. There's no doubt in my mind about that fact. Joe Gomez, like I said, was brilliant when he came on, didn't put a foot wrong, and we know that he can be a bit dodgy, but that performance at the back was really, really helpful. I thought, once again, Dominic Szoboszlai, boss. I think Dominic Szoboszlai is going to really, really like the league up this year. And he's not even scored yet, but he's just so good. He's so physically good as well. He's so quick. He's so strong. He's so tall. He's so good. Harvey Elliott, when he came on, fantastic. He's got a lot of stick. Harvey Elliott, a lot of stick, and he was put in a weird position in terms of how he had to play because we were down to 10 men. But he was just boss when he came on. Didn't again loved to get on the ball. Didn't give it away. There's a reason why I've been so vehement in me backing of Harvey Elliott, because you can see there's a world of a player there. And once again, we just saw that yesterday. Brilliant once again from Harvey. Who else? I thought Jota came on and done the defensive work brilliantly. Just as always, someone's going to divide opinion because his link-up play sometimes isn't the best. But I thought Diogo Jota's defensive work yesterday was so good, and I think such an underrated part of his game. So Diogo Jota, big shout out to you. And obviously Núñez off the bench just had the perfect impact. The most composed I've seen him in a Liverpool shirt. Yeah, the most composed I've seen him in a Liverpool shirt. Took both those chances brilliantly. The movement was fantastic. The pressing was great. I think that's something that hasn't got a lot of credit. I thought he pressed brilliantly. You know, he really joined that unit, and it's a big improvement on what we saw last season. I also thought McAllister had a quietly good game. I also thought he had a quietly good game. He didn't have the chance to show what he can do because once again we went down to 10 men. I'd just like to see us play with 11 men for 90 minutes. You know, that's all I want. Oh my god. I'm not going to make it to 30 minutes here. I'm going to do another 10 then go because I'm in a state. The Van Dijk incident, by the letter of the law, it's a red card, but I would be annoyed if that went against me because when people say he's went through him, he's not went through his legs to get to the ball. His leg is clipped. Van Dijk's clipped his leg as he's got the ball. It's not like he's boosted through it. That's the difference. I understand why it's a red card and it should be a 1-game ban, but apparently all that dissent stuff we done afterwards could lead to a bigger one, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying. Because if it's just 1 game, he's back after the international break, it's all good. I thought Robertson was shaky. I thought Trent was shaky for the first 30 minutes. And in the second half, both of them were very improved. Whatever was said at half-time, I reckon it was something along, you know, like those, it's the world against us sort of things, you know, backs against the wall, all that sort of jam. Whatever was said just resonated with the boys. They smashed it in that second half. I thought Jurgen Klopp, I've been a person who's been very critical of Jurgen Klopp's in-game management in the past. Got it spot on. Got it spot on yesterday. The tactical changes to attack through the middle because they believe in the wide men and in the midfielders had too much ground to cover. Brilliant. Look, I've always not thought he was a fantastic one of that. Yesterday was the best I've ever seen it. He nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And yeah, I mean, man of the match, Núñez got it. I personally would have given it to Gomez. I think Alisson's also a close second. But I get why Núñez got it because he's boss and he scored the winner. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'd say. I just think that's such a good result considering all the circumstances and everything. Um, yeah, it's one of them ones which I find it hard to put into words, really, especially because I'm hammered. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow or something. I'll be probably better able to articulate myself then because right now my head is swimming. My head is swimming. Yeah, I mean, look, I just loved everything about that game yesterday. Apart bar the first 30 minutes, and that gives you a lot of cause for concern, which can be discussed. I'll probably be discussing that tomorrow. What worried me about it, but in the here and now, I'm just happy with what we've done. To pull that out the bag, it gives everyone such a lift around the football club. Such a lift around the football club with just the positivity around that. Seeing the videos of it from in the stands, love to see the limbs. Just such a good ending to that day. Such a good game, and obviously 7 out of 9 losing the top four. So a really good start to the season. We've got Villa next at home. If we can leave these first 4 games with 11 points out of a possible 13, it's not 11 points. It is. We are on 7 now, so it would be 10 points out of a possible 12. That's what it is. If we can get 10 points out of a possible 12, start the season when you've played Villa, Newcastle, and Chelsea, you're biting the hand off for that because that is a brilliant start. And hopefully, in the coming days, we can get a little bit more business done. I'd love to see a midfielder come in. I'd love to see a defender come in. I think that will cover a lot of areas, and I think that'll leave us in a lot better standing for the rest of the season. But right now, I'm just so positive around the football club and the way that we're playing because you so easily could have wilted yesterday, so easily losing your captain like that. So easily could have wilted and faded, and we didn't. We rose up to the occasion, and that's something that we didn't have last season. That mentality last season was gone. It's back now. It seems to be back now. In the last 2 games, we've been better. When we went down to 10, and when you're buying into that, it's us against the world mentality, which I think we need to buy into more of. What are your starting from 3-3 personally? Diaz, Gakpo, Salva, Núñez, during the game over Gakpo and Jota over Diaz. I don't have a starting one in the sense that I look at the opposition that we're playing, then pick one, which is why I think you've got the good thing of having 5 genuine options, having Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Núñez. You look at that, and some games are going to need a Gakpo, some games are going to need a Núñez, some games are going to need a Jota, some games are going to need a Diaz. That's why you have them. And the idea that you should have one set front 3, I don't think works when you've got this many good options. You rotate for what's needed in the game, and I think that's what we need to do. Look, I will carry on, but right now I'm barely seeing straight. I'm going to love you, leave. I will be back tomorrow, though. I will be back tomorrow with more content. I'm going to sleep. I won't be hungover tomorrow. It'll be good. I will see you all then in a bit.